I've been taking my time, taking all of your time, taking all of your time.
Hey, my trendies, trendsetters, and my trendy tribe. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Let me know if you can hear me. Oh Lord, this is gonna be a crazy. I gotta ramp back down. I will say it real fast. I won't be able to do individual greetings. Thank you for liking the video. I do see y'all. Miami J first in the building. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and say it because I was definitely over there. I was over there in the middle of it, so I gotta go listen back to this whole foundation and everything. But giving you the real tea was live, and I was told Melody was in the live chat responding, and I was like, "Oh, I need to go over there. I need to go see what's going on." Melody had time. She told him to drop the link. He dropped the link, and she went up and said, like first, who's your source? Because it was about, I came in on the middle of it and he was listening to some audio, and I don't know if it was from one of her lives because I really couldn't grab all the context. But basically, talking about how the whole coleslaw and teaching her how to respectfully cheat and all this other stuff. And she was like, well, just let me ask you this first. Who was your source? How did you get that? And basically, generally, it seems like he said, I just strolled YouTube and that's what I would always hear. So it wasn't that anyone was saying anything directly to him. She asked him what other questions he had. And she also, of course, actually spoke on some things. Just go back and watch because I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but y'all already know where I stand. I do stand with Melody. I'm sorry. Like every time you give people a chance to tell you how are you throwing a rock and hiding your hand or whatever phrase that is popular to be used. And then I don't be over there. So I don't want to say too much because I only went over there because I heard Melody was over there and I just wanted to see firsthand what was going on. So I ain't gonna do too much because y'all know I gotta switch gears. Let me just tell you that a lot. I don't even know how to describe it, but I'm gonna stop because I don't want to say what's in my mind right now because it could come out a way that I don't long term want to deal with. But overall, y'all already know, standing with Melody over here, standing with Melody. I saw people dropping the mellow mutt phrase in the chat. Saw that. Yes, Don, I got you. Okay, so real fast, let's get to announcements so we can get to these court documents. I am on a real lunch break today, so let me stay on. Do not recommend. Got you, Lady Hustle Net. Right. I got you. Okay, so let's start with Don real fast. Don has 3 brunches coming up. The first one that's close, you got September 15th, Dallas, Texas. You got October 20th, Charlotte, North Carolina. And then you got October 27th, Washington, D.C. So please support my friend. Get your early bird tickets. Some of them are still early bird tickets that you can get. So please go check it out. Nightbot is dropping the link. He saw the link being dropped for him. So yes. Yeah, it's so much, but at the end, to just save us all time, I stand with Melody. You know what? One more thing. I'm sorry y'all gonna be mad at me. We gotta talk about this Tisha text message real fast. We started our watch along back up. It was Sunday morning because I couldn't do Saturday night. I need people to observe how you can tell if someone regularly communicates with someone. When they showed that screenshot of Tisha's text message, the one before that one was in the month of February, and it was Melody declining to show up somewhere, and she said, but I hope y'all have a blast or whatever. The next one was March, close to the trip. So first of all, what if y'all are communicating regularly, where is the February, like, and then you know what I mean? Like there was like 30 days in between. Where's the rest of the communication? I think that Tisha says she told Melody in a sense like, yeah, you time date and stamp that you put, oh, Destiny's coming. Is that okay? But we don't know when Melody opens her messages for Tisha. Could you honestly think about it? For the person you barely pay attention to, or even if that's like, or other question, where was the other communication about the trip in general? Why was it the isolated text message just about Destiny? If you're communicating about a trip and you want to stand on, oh, they saw it before then, one, I want to see the read receipt. You know what I mean? And 2, where's the rest that y'all talk about when you're talking logistics for vacation? I just think that wasn't the primary form of communication to talk about that trip. And you can't convince me otherwise. When I don't want to talk to you, but I have to talk to you, I'm gonna open your messages very, very, very rarely. Very rarely. So I'm probably gonna see it once you get here, just so I don't have to do anything else. It's some things you just don't. Ain't nobody opening Tisha messages like that. I'm sorry. So for me, I believe she did not see that message until after, and I don't care what anyone says about what I think about it. Where's the rest of the trip logistic messages? Why is that the only isolated message about the trip? I don't think that's where she would be looking for Tisha's messages all the time, especially to get a heads up about something that, you know, that could be that annoying. So there's my stance on that stupid text message screenshot. Okay. Let me go. Yes, I'm sorry. And since we're okay, other announcements. We got YSL this evening, in case y'all are joining me for YSL recaps. Mine will be on day 117. This today is, I think, day 118, and I can't do a recap till I actually watch it. So I'll always be a little bit behind from the real-time court stuff. But, you know, Woody, the jury, everybody's supposed to be back today. I'm excited about it, but I will be behind on my own recaps on that. Okay. I tell you, I was very, oh my gosh. No, never mind. Let me just shut up. Let me stop. Let me get on. I'm looking for my controls. I'm so discombobulated right now. I know people. It's interesting how people tell you you're too, or whoever they perceive to be too invested in someone's life, but they also like to offer their counterpoints to something. So why are you too invested in the opposite person's life? Like, why can't we offer our points and counterpoints without being too invested in somebody's stuff? Why do we have to like shut up or not talk or do something else? Like I don't understand that, because the other people, they get to keep saying what they want to say. So I don't get that. I'm taking this off. I'm about to share my screen. Get these court documents up. Let me see here. So anyway, I'll see y'all again at this evening for YSL around 4:30 or 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me see. I can tell when I'm upset, I can't even read anymore. Like, my brain is not even comprehending what I'm looking at on my screen right now. So I'm sorry it's taking a little longer than normal. One more thing. This is just a teaser, but I have a new show coming out It'll be Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is just a little teaser, and you'll get more context when the show actually comes out on this Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. All right. So now let's get the good old documents up, because that's what we're here for. Okay. To provide context, in the title, you see this is part 2. So that means obviously there was a part 1, and we read LeBeric's petition. Hey, little sis. How are you? Melly Scorpiana was in there. Okay. So we did part 1 over the weekend, and it was his petition for, what was it called? Petition for contempt. So now we have a few things to look at. We're going to look at the motion for emergency hearing. We're going to look at the order for the emergency hearing, the notice of appearance by Destiny's attorney. We have the amended petition for contempt, because LeBeric updated that petition for contempt. Then we have the defendant's response to the motion, which would be Destiny and her attorney responding to LeBeric's petition. Then the court issued an order on emergency hearing, and then we have a notice of appearance of an additional attorney that comes into the picture. And we're actually going to look at their website as well. There will be a part 3, probably a part 4. Here's a couple reasons why. Time constrictions is why they're in parts. Also, I am raising money for document funds, because the documents are not free. They are not free. I have to pace myself. So please, if you are able, I would definitely appreciate if you would like to sponsor some court documents. The documents you're looking at now were sponsored by the Trendies. All right. Let me see here. So hi, everybody coming in. I'm so sorry I couldn't do the individual greetings. I have to watch my time today. All right. But we stand on business, standing with Melody over here. It is what it is. All right. Martell's Raggedy Manila folder and cut and paste Tisha are in the chat as well. Okay, so this is the motion for the emergency hearing. Let me give you a timestamp. This was September 22nd, 2023. Okay, that's when this motion for emergency hearing was filed by LeBeric and his attorney. LeBeric is the plaintiff. Destiny will be the defendant. And it says the plaintiff, by and through the undersigned counsel, states as follows. The closing date for the sale of the formal marital residence is set for September 29th, 2023. And again, this was filed September 22nd, 2023. Due to the defendant's contemptuous acts and omissions, there are 2 liens on the property that jeopardize the sale. The plaintiff respectfully asks this honorable court to schedule an emergency hearing before September 29th, 2023 to address this issue. The plaintiff maintains that only a short hearing is necessary to address this limited issue. Likely less than 30 minutes will be necessary to address the issue. Wherefore, the plaintiff moves the court to set an emergency hearing in this matter before September 29th, 2023. So it needed an emergency hearing to get some things straight, because their house was on the line at the time to sell the house, which if y'all followed Instagram or your favorite YouTubers, y'all already saw the pictures when the house actually did end up getting sold and everything. So now this is the order from the court setting a hearing on emergency motion. And this was September 25th, 2023. So the court took 3 days, and they came back and set their order. And it says motion for emergency hearing filed by Williams LeBeric is hereby granted. Therefore, it is ordered, adjudged, and decreed that the above referenced matter is set for hearing on Wednesday, September 27th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. in courtroom number 4 of the Madison County Courthouse, done this 25th day of September 2023. So they were scheduled to have their emergency hearing September 27th, because the house was set to be sold September 29th, 2023. Okay. Now we get to a notice of appearance was entered for Destiny Williams on September 25th, 2023, the day that the court did issue their order that they would have an emergency appearance. So an attorney filed a notice of appearance on Destiny's behalf to say that they hereby enter their appearance as counsel of record for Destiny Williams. She is back to Destiny Payton for her legal name. Her name is Rebecca Winters. And we're going to look at Rebecca Winters' website real fast. So let me see. Okay. All right. So Rebecca Winters. So her thing says innovative, compassionate, effective. At Rebecca Winters Law, our clients are provided clear, concise advice for complex legal issues with innovative thinking, compassionate legal counsel, and effective representation. We strive to exceed your expectations. Spoiler alert, if I'm not mistaken, she does withdraw from being Destiny's representation while these proceedings are still going on. Just so you know, we are not going to get to where she withdrew today, but spoiler alert, another attorney withdrew. Just so you know. Okay, so it says Rebecca Winters Law LLC is a neighborhood firm located in Huntsville, Alabama, serving all of North Alabama. We specialize in family law, focusing in divorce, custody, modification, child support, protection from ABUs, adoptions, wills, and durable power of attorneys. Our mission is to serve all families of Huntsville and North Alabama by providing compassionate legal counsel with an open mind and using innovative approaches to effectively solve our clients' complex legal issues. Whether you are going through a tumultuous divorce, an amicable separation, complicated custody arrangement, need a will or power of attorney, or are expanding your family by adopting, you have come to the right place. Yes, 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 yes. And some of y'all left this comment under the last video. Yes, Destiny and Martell are the problem. They are. They are. Okay, so we'll get to the other attorney's website, which will be LaBerrick's in a second. So I'm gonna bring this back up. Okay, so Rebecca entered the chat, and now we have the amended petition for contempt that was submitted by LaBerrick and his attorney on September 26, 2023. So this is the day after the court did issue an order that they could have their emergency hearing in a couple days. So now LaBerrick and his attorney did an amended petition for contempt. So I highlighted the changes from the original petition. So we're starting with what the changes were, because part one is where I read the full original petition for contempt. Okay, so it says, since the entry of the last order, the defendant has willfully and deliberately refused to abide by the divorce decree by doing the following: by failing or refusing to pay the plaintiff $1,500 for uninsured medical expense arrears as required in the previous contempt settlement agreement, by failing or refusing to pay additional uninsured medical expenses of the minor child since the execution of the last settlement agreement, approximately $403, by failing or refusing to pay the full escrow payments, homeowners association fees, and lawn care fees of the marital residence to the sum of approximately $3,620, and by failing or refusing to pay her portion of the guardian ad litem fees from the previous court action. So he only at first had that first paragraph that she was refusing to pay. At the time, it said something like expenses of the homestead or something like that. But this one, they actually put it in bullets of what was not being paid and the amounts. So that's what changed from the original. And also down here, oh no, oh, here it goes. I thought I didn't do it. Here it goes. So then what else changed? It says, wherefore the plaintiff requests the court to take jurisdiction of this petition, and that upon a final hearing, your honor will grant unto the plaintiff the following relief. So this is what was added or changed a little bit. By awarding the plaintiff a judgment in the amount of medical expenses of the minor child not covered by insurance, which the defendant has failed to pay pursuant to the court's prior orders, by awarding the plaintiff a judgment in the amount of medical expenses of the minor child not covered by insurance. Okay, is that double? That might be duplicate. I'm looking at it now. Okay, those two might be duplicates. D and E look the exact same. Okay, then there's F. By awarding the plaintiff a judgment in the amount of $3,620, constituting the arrears of the escrow, homeowners association, and lawn care fees the defendant has failed to pay pursuant to the court's prior orders, by awarding the plaintiff a judgment for his portion of the proceeds of the marital residence, or in the alternative, the entirety of the amount of the homestead exempt portion of the marital residence proceeds. Again, if you did not watch part 1, I created a Destiny LaBerrick playlist, so you can just go straight to that playlist and you'll see part 1, and I'll add their original divorce proceedings in that playlist as well, so y'all will have that. Just in case you're like, I feel like I'm missing some context, you start with part 1. All right. Then we have defendant's response to plaintiff's motion for emergency hearing. This was also filed on the 26th. I believe so. Let me see. Yep. So they were both filed on 26. So this is Destiny and her attorney's response to LaBerrick's petition for contempt. So it says the defendant denies the allegations contained in the plaintiff's motion for emergency hearing. The plaintiff's portion of his equity should not be affected by the alleged liens placed on the marital home, as those are debts that the defendant will solely be responsible for because they were accrued post-divorce. Now, riddle me this, Batman. No one's saying that they don't understand that's your debt, but I feel like any reasonable person knows, and I feel bad the attorney even tried to file this, but I'm like, if there's a lien on a home, it's on the home. It doesn't matter who incurred the debt, because now someone has your home under the lien and you are hindering the sale. So this is Destiny's logic in life to me, where things just don't make sense. Like, this is your fault. You know someone else is also having to pay for your mistakes right now. The obtuseness is killing me sometimes, but this is her logic in general to me. It doesn't make sense. Maybe somebody that is like really, really into this can tell me how that defense makes sense, because it doesn't make sense to me. If it's a lien on the home, it's on the home. We're responsible. It doesn't matter if you accrue the debt post-divorce. How do you sell the home if there's a lien on the property? I think that's the hindrance that's being addressed. No one's saying that they feel like they owe your debt that you accrued or incurred. That's not what I feel like anybody's saying. The defendant did not act contemptuously, but rather the plaintiff has committed many contemptuous acts, including impeding the sale of the home prior to any liens being placed on the home, that the defendant will address in detail in her counterclaim. Okay, there is a counterclaim. We will get to that, so stay tuned. But I don't understand to what benefit it would be for LaBerrick to hinder the sale of the home. So we'll get to her counterclaim, though. The only thing I will say, just to forewarn y'all, trigger warning, she does accuse him of using corporal punishment on their child. Just so y'all know, before we get to that part, we're not reading it today, but I'm just letting you know that is in there. There may be other stuff I was skimming, but that was one that stood out to me. It says the defendant has no desire to delay the sale of the home and is taking appropriate legal action to protect the plaintiff's 50% of the equity from the sale of the home. I do believe she had reasons for delay. As I know, we were just speculating because we don't live their lives, but you know, she did just have a baby. So even if there was nothing else and they had no friction, I do think a new mom wouldn't be like, oh, let me upend and get out this house as quickly as possible. So even just that, if you take out any maliciousness, I feel like she would delay. Then we know her income has not been the steadiest. Then obviously she wasn't paying just the normal things that apparently the divorce decree, the settlement says she should pay, like the homeowners association fees. So you know struggling financially. So where else do you go if you're already struggling and there's already a roof currently over your head? So okay, Shan said you can sell a home with a lien unless the lien is more than the equity, then that causes problems. Okay. Then it says the defendant has incurred attorney's fees to defend this action. Wherefore the premises considered, defendant prays for the following relief: that the court will order all proceeds from the sale of the home to be held in trust until all creditor issues are remedied. I would be like, heck no, because the only creditor issues that needs to be remedied would be hers. Like, why do I have to? Why would I want my proceeds withheld because you have to get your credit issues together? That the court will require the plaintiff to pay the defendant's attorney fees as a result of having to hire an attorney for this action. So she's saying she wants LeBeric to pay her fees because she had to hire an attorney to defend this and I guess go to court or whatever. Okay. Then we have the motion for entry of order. This was on September 28th, 2023, and I believe their court date would be the following day. It says the plaintiff by and through the undersigned counsel states as follows. This matter came before this court for an emergency hearing on September 27th, 2023. This court directed the plaintiff to prepare a proposed order to be approved by counsel for the defendant prior to filing. The undersigned prepared the attached proposed order and forwarded to counsel for the defendant for approval as instructed. Although the undersigned counsel did receive a response message from counsel for the defendant, the undersigned received neither approval nor disapproval of the attached proposed order, and counsel for the defendant indicated that she is in trial of another matter at this time. Time is of the essence, as the deadline for the defendant to vacate the former marital residence is 12 a.m. tomorrow, so midnight. It would have been midnight Friday, September 29th, 2023, the date of closing on said property. The aforementioned proposed order is attached to this motion. Wherefore, the plaintiff moves the court to enter the attached proposed order requiring the defendant to vacate the former marital residence. And then, so we're going to look at this attorney. This is one of the Mr. Lusk's, because the name is Lusk and Lusk LLC. So we're going to look at his website real fast. Okay, so it says North Alabama firm advocates for clients in divorces and other family law matters. They have a, you know how people do when they say experience, they combine like the years. So they have 125 years of experience. Let me see. Specializing in divorce and family law matters, our firm has offices in both Huntsville and Guntersville. While handling standard divorce actions on behalf of clients throughout North Alabama, Lusk and Lusk also regularly handles a variety of high asset divorce actions with complex financial and business related issues. As such, former clients of Lusk and Lusk include CEOs, NFL football players, physicians, commercial artists, and various business owners with this. Okay, and then it says, let me go to Mr. Lusk. Let's see. So Jonathan Lusk was one of the ones representing LeBeric. And so let's see. So he's one of the ones that's representing the CEOs, the NFL football players, the physicians, surgeons, stuff like that. Let me see. It says Mr. Lusk brings a wealth of in-court trial experience, having handled thousands of divorce and family law cases for over 20 years. In addition to high-asset contested divorce actions, Mr. Lusk handles a variety of other family law matters, including uncontested divorce, mediation, child custody, child support, alimony modification, and prenup and postnup agreements. Okay. So now we'll go back to our court documents. Hey, if y'all are in here, please, please, please make sure to like the video. I appreciate it. Let me see. All right. And now we're on the order on emergency hearing. And it says, this action was set for an emergency hearing on September 27, 2023. On said date, both parties were personally present and represented by their respective attorneys of record. The court, having considered the testimony presented ore tennis and the arguments and contentions of the parties and counsel, hereby enters the following orders, which shall remain in effect pending a final hearing in this action. And I did look up ore tennis. Hold on one second. It is It in Latin it means by word of mouth. So oratatis means by word of mouth, which means that the motion is made orally and not in writing. Okay, it says the defendant must vacate the former marital residence no later than 12 a.m. on the morning of September 29th, 2023. The defendant shall also have all items of personal property removed from the residence at said time. All other relief requested by either party, not specifically granted herein, is denied. Done this 29th day of September 2023. Okay. Coco Lee says Destiny is a classic mooch/bum. When it comes to paying bills, her rationale is very flawed. She thinks it's my business, my debts, therefore he can't tell her when to do anything. That's exactly what it sounded like. That's exactly what it sounded like. And hey, everybody that's coming in or that are already in here. Okay, and then this will be our a second attorney came in to represent LeBerick. So not to replace the current attorney, it's just an additional attorney that works for Lusk and Lusk. And so September 29th, so this is the day, this will be the day of the sale of the home, and early afternoon it was electronically filed, and it says notice of appearance. Attorney Jordan B. Butler enters his notice of appearance as additional counsel for the plaintiff, LeBerick Williams. So he's on their website as well. So we already heard the background of their company, so I feel like he'll just mirror that pretty much. So LeBerick now has two attorneys. Destiny has an attorney. Like I said, spoiler alert, that attorney is going to file a motion to withdraw, and it's going to be approved by the judge. We're also going to see her counterclaim coming up soon, and there may be something else significant. But again, after that, I do ask for the Trinity's help on getting the other court documents, because you know how can I put it, up to a certain page they start charging per page, and it's like all right. So please, my Cash App is trending at some point. The receipts are the fact that you're looking at the court documents. I am getting court documents with the funds. Okay, and again, I will see y'all this evening for YSL recap coverage, not of what's happening live today, but what happened last Thursday or Friday. And I'll just always be a little behind because, you know, I have to watch it first and take my notes. So that's everything I have for now. Check out part 1. More parts are coming. I appreciate y'all's time, and I will see y'all soon. We continue to stand on business and be critical thinkers, although people want to, you know, act like, you know, we can't think for ourselves. All right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.
I've been taking my time. Taking all of your time, taking all of your